it has been confirmed that Xtreme Trader Forex Signals is one of the best on its field, and this was proved this week. This week was not our best week, my friends, but thankfully we have managed to end it with more than 370 pips of profits delivered to our clients. And that is our bad week. What more if the good week? Actually, we are usually aiming around 1,000 of pips every week, and we are actually managing to end it with about, I would say, about 600 to 900 and usually 1,000 pips of profit every week. But the bad week was 370 pips only. The funny thing is, some other signal providers, they are actually sending the signal with 70 pips of loss or 150 pips of loss, could be actually even 200 pips of loss on some signals such as the gold or the US30. However, Xtreme Trader is totally different because I will show you now the results. These are the results, and notice here that we didn't have any signal loss. We didn't have a single signal reach the stop loss. Only the gold with only 20 pips of loss, which is really fine. For example, Euro JPY, 21 pips of loss, and also some other good profits. Euro NZD, 50 pips of profit. Then Pound JPY, only 11 pips of loss. Meanwhile, Euro CAD, CAD CHF, Euro CAD, again, 50 pips of profit, 20 pips of profit, 10 pips of loss. So as we can see, the deal here is that we are not letting any signal to reach the stop loss. Here is the gold reach the stop loss with only 20 pips, which is really nothing, because on the signals after that, we have recovered these losses. As we can see, the pound CAD has reached 100 pips of profit. Then I think on Friday, we had a better results. Thursday was not that good, honestly. But as we can see, Friday, we had actually a good ending with the pound NZD reaching 100 pips of profit. So the good thing here is that everyone is expecting from Xtreme Trader to perform with 100% of his performance in the signals. Of course, we cannot really guarantee the market's movements, so we are doing the best we can to bring to you the best Forex signals possible. You cannot expect 100% of profit every single time, my friends. That's not how this works. We have to understand that the market moves in its way, and we are just doing the best we can to go along with it. So of course, if you wish to join Xtreme Trader Forex Signals group, please contact our support. You can find their contact details in the description below this video. Contact them today, and hopefully we will see you there. Alright, so let's now begin the weekly analysis, and of course, as usual, we will start with the Euro USD. Now, I want to remind you that this trend line right here, I have drawn the same trend line here last Wednesday only, and I have sent you the signal that we can short the Euro USD at 1.10632. However, pay attention that the market has been respecting the same resistance trend line even till Friday night, which is really great, which means this level here has been drawn correctly, and the market is really respecting this level of a resistance trend line, and this was here a false breakout. Meanwhile, the real level of the resistance lies exactly right here, as I have said earlier, and the market reversed exactly right there. So what does that tell us? That tells us that most likely right now, the Euro USD, upon the pressure from this downtrend, is gonna continue the fall. Now keep in mind that we had right here, let me just tell you something. Right here, we had a resistance zone at, I would say about 1.10336. The market hasn't been able to break out from that structure, and therefore it seems like it's gonna continue the fall. So now the question is, where exactly we can start shorting the Euro USD? Actually, the Euro USD should be good to be short exactly right here at the real level of the resistance. Now I'm just going to move the safe zone exactly just like that. And let me just tell you something. We have to pay attention to the real level of the resistance and the false breakouts. So as we can see, this was a real level of a resistance. This was a real level of the resistance. This was a false breakout. Then again, it has become a new support level. Then again, a false breakout. Then the real level of the resistance being respected here and here as well, and another false breakout. We care really for the wicks. The wicks is telling us exactly where the real level of the resistance is. Meanwhile, the body of the candle telling us the opposite. So for example, if you see two candles right here, above that level of the resistance, usually that indicates for a false breakout. We need to look for the wicks right here, my friends. They are telling us the real levels. So anyway, we need to start shorting the Euro USD. Sell the pair at 1.10147, And of course, no need to remind you that we have to look for the good price action before we place our sell order, and we have to confirm that the market is indeed going to reverse on the same level. Then the target, of course, my friends, has to be placed right here at the lowest level of the support at 1.08546. So this is going to be our target. Let me now just fix the signal. 1.08546 should be the dot. I forgot about the dot. Like that. Of course, we are aiming in this way approximately 158 pips of profit. Meanwhile, the safe zone is ranging for 56 pips only. Now, keep in mind, my friends, that we have right here a supported trend line, just like that. And the market seems like it's going to be able to break out of it. So therefore, I actually have a doubt that the Euro USD is going to be able to reach our sell level, but that's going to be the maximum where the pair might go against our direction. If I change the support trend line just like that, we can see that the pair actually might be reversing right on that level. But if I move it like this also, which is actually the right way, so therefore I think maybe there is a chance for the pair to reach this level. We have to wait for it to rise to another 30 pips before we can start shorting it, and again the target is going to be approximately 160 pips. That's everything for the Euro USD. Let's now move to the next pair. Let's now take a look at the Pound USD. Alright, so now for the Pound USD, I believe now all of you guys can guess exactly where I'm going to sell the pair. And yes, you guessed it right. It's exactly right on the take profit level given. Exactly right here at 1.32104. That's going to be our sell level, which means all I need to do is just change this one for a sell and this one to make it as a take profit. Let me just change it later. Of course, I need to explain to you the reason. But first, let me just write the signal for you. For those who are just copying the picture or taking a screenshot without actually paying attention to the details, I feel sorry for you guys. But however, you have to pay attention to know the reason why we are shorting the Pound USD right from that level. Now, first of all, this was, of course, the real level of the resistance, as we can see. We had right here 2 attempts of resistance, then a false breakout, and again, the same level of the real resistance has been respected. Now, of course, that's not everything. So let's look at the bigger picture. Let's look at the daily chart. Now, the daily chart tells us that the market has actually been retesting that broken support level and created a new resistance. And therefore, most likely the Pound USD won't stop actually the fall till it reaches the same level of the real support again at 1.30872. We can see that the market right now is about to create a head and shoulders pattern again. Therefore, also the inverted head and shoulders pattern. So the market, I believe, after the false breakout happened right here from the previous support level and the creation of a new resistance, most likely right now the next direction is going to be the fall, and the pattern is going to be completed, and only that time we can start buying the Pound USD only from that level. And I believe that's exactly how the pair is going to continue the move. So meaning this week actually we are just trading the pullback of the Pound USD. Now also we need to pay attention to the 1 hour time frame, that the market has actually been creating here a strong bearish movements. So therefore, it's actually difficult for the pair to rise to another 30 pips and reaching our sell level. But however, for the safety of our members and followers, I'm giving the signal only at that level of a real resistance, because we are having also here a strong support level, and the pair most likely is going to be ranging on that level before it's going to continue the fall. So that being said, we are actually aiming approximately 125 pips profit from the signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone is ranging for about 48 pips only. So let me just write for you, the take profit level is going to be placed at 1.30872. That's everything for the Pound USD. Let's now move to the next pair. Let's take a look at the AUD USD. Alright, so for the AUD USD, as we can see, the buy signal hasn't been triggered, but however the pair has went in the right direction, which I have predicted. Thankfully, that's good, but however, let's see now what we can do next with this pair. So let's check now, of course, the daily chart. So on the daily chart, we can notice that the pair has actually reached a strong resistance zone right here, exactly right here at 0.7413, and most likely the pair is gonna actually make a pullback upon the pressure from that resistance. I think we can start shorting the AUD/USD very soon, and the target, my friends, of course, has to be placed exactly right here at the previous support level, the previous resistance, exactly right here. That's gonna be our target. So where exactly we can start shorting this pair? Let's now move to the smaller time frame. So after confirming the direction on the daily chart, we need now to move to the 4-hour time frame. And by the way, I have to tell you something. Right now on the daily chart, we have right here a resistance trend line, which has been broken out from. And right now, as you know, guys, this strategy says that once we are having a bullish breakout from a resistance trend line, the pair is going to continue to rise till it reaches the strong resistance level, or the next key resistance level, and after that it's going to make a pullback, retesting the broken resistance trend line, and after that it's going to continue the rise. That's how normally the market behaves. And that's the reason I believe that AUD/USD is good to be shorted as soon as possible. But however, we just need to find where exactly we can short this pair. Now, after confirming the direction on the daily chart, let's move to the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time frame, all we need to do is identifying the real level of the strong resistance, and based on that we will start shorting the pair. So check this out. Let me just zoom in so you can see it and scroll more to the left. Now this was a strong key resistance level which has been performed on November 2nd, 2021. Look at the structure here, very interesting. This is exactly what I'm teaching here on my channel. So we have here the real level of the resistance and a false breakout, and again the real level of the resistance has been respected, which means the level of 0.7319 is the real level of the resistance, and that's exactly where we can, look at that. I swear I did not see this before. The market has reversed exactly right on that level, which means we can expect from the market to be respecting that level and hoping for it to actually reach it again to create a second attempt of the support right here, exactly right here, the second attempt of the support, and after that it's gonna rise again for another 34 pips to create the second attempt of the resistance. So that being said, that is exactly where we can start shorting the AUD/USD at 0.75319. Let me just delete the 8. And of course, my friends, as I have mentioned earlier, if we started the short there, the target has to be placed exactly right here at the nearest resistance to our entry, which means we are aiming approximately, I would say, about 90 pips profit from this signal. Take profit level 0.74424. Meanwhile, for the safe zone, of course, since we are relying actually on the real level of the resistance, then the safe zone should be ranging only till the highest level of the false breakout, which is exactly right here. That means the safe zone is ranging for about 46 pips only. That's everything for the AUD/USD. I believe it's going to be a good signal, and hopefully we will make good profits out of it. Let's now move to the next pair. Let's now take a look at the USD CAD. So as you know, my friends, the signal to buy the USD CAD of course did not work at all, and right now it seems like the pair is gonna continue the fall. So the question is where exactly we can start shorting it. Right now we will be using the trend lines, and I will show you how, but first let's now move to the weekly chart. Now on the weekly chart, what we can see right here is very interesting, because we had right here a very strong key resistance level, and the market hasn't been able to break out from that level since November 2020. And of course, it's remarkable that the same level was quite strong key support level as well. So after all these rejections, we can notice that the market has recently this month created here a few more attempts to break out from that level of resistance, and of course we can see the instance fail, meaning the market has immediately failed to break out from that level of a resistance. Now, it's also important to notice that on the weekly chart we have right here a broken supported trend line. So now the next movement that we can expect from the USD CAD is to reverse exactly right here on that support level, retesting the broken support trend line, and after that it's gonna continue the fall. So meaning this week we will be trading the pullback of the support level, and only we will be trading the retesting of the broken support trend line. So that being said, after confirming the direction on the weekly chart, let's now move to the daily chart. Now on the daily chart, we can notice right here that we are approaching actually the lowest level of the very strong key support level, exactly right here at 1.24528. Now of course, some of you might tell me, Salah, you're crazy, you are buying the USD CAD with this strong bearish movement, but I'm telling you, we cannot really keep shorting for a long time. The market right now is way oversold, and we can expect right now from the pressure from that support at 1.24528, we can notice also it was a very strong key support level right here also in the past, and remember it was also a false breakout right here. Now we need to use the trend lines to confirm if we can indeed buy the pair from that level or not. So of course, those who are following my channel, they know the strategy of the magic of trend lines. So this strategy is like that. We just need to draw the resistance trend line from any higher high to a lower high, and simply drag it all the way right here to the nearest resistance trend line to our entry. And of course, this was the nearest resistance to our entry. We had right here also a false breakout from a support trend line, and again the market right now seems like it's gonna make or respect that support trend line and to create the second attempt of a support trend line. I think it's very simple and very straightforward signal that the pair should be good to be bought exactly right from that level after it falls to another 24 pips. However, if that happens, then the target should be placed exactly right here at the peak of the resistance right here at 1.25621, which means we are aiming approximately 110 pips profit from this signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone will be ranging only till a little bit lower than that support zone right here, because right here we're having a support zone, right? So that's going to be our safe zone, which means the safe zone is ranging for, let me just increase that a little bit more. It's fair enough to make it about 50 pips. All right, that should be enough. Yeah, 50 pips. Just give this the candle space to breathe before deciding that this trade is gonna fail. So let me now write the signal for you. There goes your signal, my friends, for the USD CAD. I believe it's gonna be a good signal, and hopefully we will make good profits out of it. But again, be careful how you are dealing with this signal, because again we are treating it actually we are trading the pullback. Therefore, please wait for a price action to confirm that the USD CAD is gonna indeed reverse from that level before you placing your buy order. However, let's now move to the next pair. Let's now move to the USD JPY, which actually making me crazy. I just hate such a trend here because it's not giving us any good entries, and it's just keep moving upward. I mean, it's like it's just keep climbing its way. Let's move to the monthly chart. So on the monthly chart, what we can notice right here is the market seems like it's gonna eventually approach the level of the resistance at 123.613. So we can expect from the USD JPY to continue the rise to another 145 pips, meaning we won't sell the pair unless it reaches that level of a strong resistance. But until then, we will confirm, or we will actually continue the buy order. So moving now to the daily chart, we can see that the market is moving in a very strong bullish movement as well. So the trend here is quite strong. Let's now move to the 1 hour time frame. Alright, so now on the 1 hour time frame, all we need to do is using the trend lines to confirm where exactly we can start buying this pair. Now pay attention, I have drawn here the support trend line like that, and right now we need to find the strongest previous key resistance levels to rely on to start buying this pair again. Now, this is actually a quite interesting level, because this was, as we can see, my friends, a real level of a resistance, then a false breakout, and again the real level of the resistance has been respected. Now pay attention that the same level of a real resistance has already become a new support. So that being said, we can expect from the USD JPY to fall for a few more pips again. I think about 33 pips before we can start buying it. We are relying actually on that supported trend line to not be breaking out from, and most likely with this very strong bullish movement, the USD/JPY is going to continue the rise upon the pressure from that trend line, or that trend movement, or the momentum of the trend, sorry. So therefore, buying the USD/JPY at 121.764 seems like a good idea. That's exactly where we will be buying the pair, and the safe zone is going to be ranging only till the level of the nearest resistance right here to our entry, which means the safe zone is ranging for about 47 pips. Now for the target, of course, as I have mentioned earlier, the target has to be right here, the strong key resistance level at 123.613, which means the target is going to be about 180 pips. I mean, there is nothing else that can be said about the USD/JPY. This is how the pair is moving, and that's exactly how we can expect from it to continue the rise. I'm trying my best to find a better target, but that's the only target that I'm seeing on the current time. So that's everything for the USD/JPY. Let's now move to the next pair. Let's now take a look at the USD/CHF. Perfect. USD/CHF was a perfect signal, my friends. Last Wednesday, I sent the signal to start shorting the pair at 0.93526, and as you can see, the pair has went all the way exactly to the take profit level. USD/CHF one was actually one perfect signal, which has reversed exactly from the sell level and reversed also exactly from the take profit level without actually barely missing any pips, and we have made total of 94 pips profit from this signal. All right, now let's see what we can do next with this pair. Let me first delete the old signal. Now, after this movement happened right here, I believe that the USD/CHF is gonna continue the rise. Now we need to pay attention. Right here, my friends, exactly right here, we had actually a strong levels. We had a strong key support level, we had a strong key resistance level, and we also had right here a strong key support level. Now, pay attention that this was the real level of the support. Meanwhile, here we had a false breakout. Therefore, guess what? We can start buying the USD/CHF exactly from the real level of the support again at 0.92824. That's, I believe, is going to be the best level to start buying the USD/CHF, and eventually the final target is going to be right here at that level of a resistance, exactly right here. Now, why right here? Why is the target placed right here? Because we are having here a resistance trend line, and I believe upon the pressure from that upper trend, the momentum right here is actually to the bullish movement, which means we can expect from the pair to reverse at that level of a real support, and if that happens, the market is instantly gonna be breaking out from that resistance trend line. If that happens, then the market is gonna continue the rise all the way till it reaches the highest level of the resistance as 0.93658. That's how we can expect from the market to move, and therefore I'm sending you the signal to buy the pair right from that level of a support. Let me now write the signal for you. And there goes your signal, my friends, for the USD/CHF. The safe zone is ranging only for 42 pips, no more. Meanwhile, the take profit level is about 82 pips. That's everything for the USD/CHF. Let's now move to the next pair. Let's now take a look at the gold. Alright, so the gold, of course, the sell signal is no longer valid due to the appearance of that very strong bullish candle. This one right here, my friends. The appearance of these two strong bullish candles has actually instantly cancelled the sell level or the sell order for the gold. Now, let me just tell you something interesting. The gold has actually made right here, let me just delete this one also. The gold has created here a strong resistance trend line, as we can see, and the market has recently been breaking out from, or actually the market has recently broke out from that resistance trend line, and the same level of a previous resistance trend line has become a new support trend line. You want to know something funny? Yesterday I was actually scalping the gold, and I placed my trade exactly right here. It was a perfect buy order. But the sad thing is I closed my trade exactly right here at that level of a resistance. So I actually gained about, I think, 30 pips only. About 30 pips, yeah, actually less than that. I remember I closed it with 31 pips of profit only, but later on the market has rose again for another 120 pips, and I really felt sorry. But however, I trained myself to not think about that. It's all right, what happened has happened, and the market has, the most important thing, my friends, is your analysis has worked. I mean, I have analyzed it, but I decided to exit it with a secured profit. I didn't want to take any risk, especially it's gold, and and it's risky to actually swing trade the gold. But why I'm telling you this anyway? Let's now continue analyzing the pair. Now, after the breakout happened from the resistance trend line, we can expect from the gold to continue the rise till it reaches the level of the resistance trend line exactly right here. Let me just be sure. I think it's exactly right here. Yes, perfect. Exactly right here. That's going to be our target. So therefore, pay attention that we had only here one single attempt of a support trend line. Therefore, if I'm not mistaken, and hopefully I'm not, we can expect from the gold to continue the fall again, retesting right here, retesting the broken resistance at 1938.28. That's gonna be actually where we can start buying the pair. First of all, it's gonna be the second attempt of a support trend line and also the second attempt of a horizontal support level. All these together tells us that most likely the gold is actually gonna be great to be bought exactly right from that level. Now, can we sell the gold until it reaches that level? Absolutely not. Don't do that at all. Just wait for the market to give you the perfect entry before you decide to enter with the buy order, which means we have to wait for the gold to fall to another 183 pips before we can start buying it. Now, of course, that's really nothing for the gold. The gold actually can make a strong 200 pips movement in just a 5-minute candles. Therefore, we can start buying the gold at 1938.28. And then again, the target, my friends, has to be placed at 1990. I'm a person who really hate these numbers. So yeah, exactly right here. The take profit level is 1990.25. Meanwhile, the safe zone, of course, has to be ranged exactly till the lowest level of the strong key support level at 1925. That's exactly how our signal for the gold is gonna be. I believe this one is gonna be more secured signal, and the trade was actually placed on the safest level possible. I just noticed also that we are having here a support trend line. Just let me show it to you. Exactly like that. That's another confirmation for the entry. We're having here a support trend line, and seems like the market is rising. Therefore, placing the buy order again right here is gonna match along with this support trend line, and therefore we can start buying again. So we have 3 confirmations to start buying the gold exactly from that level. I hope it's going to be triggered, and I hope it's going to provide for everyone very good profits. And again, my friends, I want to thank you so much for the beautiful comments that I'm seeing every day on my channel. But what I really love to see more than that is the results. Tell me, what do you think about these signals? Tell me, what do you think about the YouTube signals? Tell me if you are making profits from these free signals on YouTube. Did anyone make any profit from the USD last week? I really want to know that. Please share with me your experience with Xtreme Trader. I'm very interested to hear you. And of course, I wish you, my friends, the best in this always in your trading journey. So again, it seems like it's going to be a very profitable week, and it's going to be a promising one. I encourage you guys to actually join the premium group, because we are having a lot of setups approaching the market, and we are actually very excited to share with you these setups. So until then, I hope that was informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.